Also here tonight, hosts a Sunday Night in America with Trey Gowdy. Got the whole weekend lineup right here in one show. You got to love it. All right, Trey, hey, you're a House guy. You see how these things play out. It's not just the intelligence failure. That's happened to commanders-in-chief in the past. It's he ignored the intelligence, and then he gave 600,000 guns to the enemy, and then stranded Americans in a war zone with no plan to rescue them. Is that a dereliction of duty, in your opinion?
Well, first of all, congratulations on yet another show. That's the last thing you needed was another show on Fox. But congratulations.
Thank you.
Legally, Jesse, yes, is malfeasance, is incompetence in office, is that something for which you can be impeached? Yes. This is where I disagree. The reason Republicans find themselves where they find themselves sometimes is because they set expectations so unrealistically high. There is a zero chance that Joe Biden is going to be impeached between now and the midterms.
Well, that's true.
There's a zero chance, unless something miraculous happens, that there will be 67 votes to convict him in the new Senate. So why don't Republicans focus on what we should be focused on? Number one, get Americans out of Afghanistan. Get the people who took us at our word out of Afghanistan. Protect the women and children regardless of their nationality. And then once all of that is done, if you can't win the 2022 midterms with the border, with Afghanistan, and with surging crime, then you don't deserve to be a political party.
Yeah, Lindsey Graham teed the impeachment deal up, so that's why we're covering it. But you're right. We got a long way to go with this. This could get a lot worse. You got thousands of Americans outside the wire. The clock's ticking. They're going to have to do commando raids to get these guys or just pay bribes. But you're going to have phoners from stranded women and children, people screaming, people crying. There's no way the Biden administration is going to be able to ignore that. And Carter had a hostage crisis for, what, a year, maybe a little over? They got 3 more years left in a Biden term. This just isn't going to go away. So if you add this to, as you said, the open border, to inflation, to CRT in the schools, to backsliding on masks, you get Delta coming up in the fall and the winter. We're talking catastrophe politically for this guy. I just don't see how he hangs on, and I just see Democrats running for the hills.
Well, I think you're right, unless Republicans overplay their hands. And let me say this about Lindsey, because I spent the weekend with him. He really believes it. Lindsey's an Air Force guy. He's a military veteran. He's been to Afghanistan. This enrages him and it breaks his heart. And it should do the same for each of us, which makes me kind of wonder how the guy got elected in the first place. It's not like Robert Gates didn't warn us. He's always wrong. And yet he was elected anyway. So what is possible? Winning in the fall of 2022 is possible. Flipping the Senate is possible. And then nominating someone who can win in 2024. Because anyone who thinks that Kamala Harris would not be worse than Joe Biden has not listened to Kamala Harris. And then she's going to go pick a vice president. Who do you want? You want Cori Bush? Do you want a member of the squad? Do you want Elizabeth Warren? Or, God forbid, do you want Nancy Pelosi to ascend from third in line to second in line to maybe first in line? So, look, it's interesting to talk about, but there's a consequence. When people used to ask me, why haven't you impeached Barack Obama when I was in the House? My answer was always because I met Joe Biden. That's why. So what comes after him? I don't think you're going to like it any more than you like him.
Well, we got a little breaking news here. The U.S. State Department's just issued an alert warning U.S. nationals to avoid traveling to the airport. Ask those waiting outside to leave immediately. That tells me there's an extremely dangerous and deteriorating security situation at the airport. We don't know what that is. That's just speculation. But they're telling Americans, don't come to the airport. And if you're there right now, to leave. And we're going to follow that and bring you any updates to that. But that does not sound good. Trey Gowdy, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jesse.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.